Okay, so I might as well top off my St. Patrick's Day shenanigans with one more St. Patrick's Day episode. This one coming courtesy of the Extreme Ghostbusters in an episode entitled The Luck of the Irish. A bit on the nose of a title, but hey man, it's pretty hip. So without further ado, let's check it out. Alright, let's go. Alright, so this is 1997 with an episode of the Extreme Ghostbusters, so another Irish-themed Ghostbusters episode surrounding around St. Patrick's Day. So for this one, let's just start off with the backstory that happened off screen here. Way back in the day, there was an evil leprechaun that somehow traveled to New York and was still doing his evil ways in the new city. So there were a group of prominent Irishmen in the Sons of Erin Society. They were able to trap the leprechaun in a mystic circle. They stole his gold and they gave the gold away to a lot of different charities and a lot of other places that just needed money and funding. So good on them. And also awesome on them because that's like some ancient ghost busting techniques. Like, right? Because they trapped this being and held it in containment. Good on them. So now we get to the on-screen stuff in the story. As is always, the mystic circle is broken and the leprechaun is set free. And this evil leprechaun is 5-alarm pissed and wants his gold back. He clearly can't get the gold from his long dead adversaries who stole from him in the first place, so he goes after the descendants of the founding members of the Sons of Erin Society, picks them off one by one, and yet again he does this in a complete ghost busting way, which is kind of cool to see. He uses his shillelagh to blast his target, basically reducing that target to just their soul, I guess, and then trapping that target's soul into his pot of gold. Boom, that's ghost busting right there. Although technically that would be a throwback to a Real Ghostbusters episode called Flipside, where there were a bunch of ghosts and ghouls who were busting living people, called the People Busters. I guess that's more in line with that, but but I digress. So of course the Ghostbusters gotta get out there and find things out, right? Egon finds out that the stones in the Mystic Circle were actually from the Blarney Stone, and it is empowered with luck. So Garrett gets bombarded with bad luck from the Leprechaun. He's cursed with bad luck for his life, and he makes everything go wrong for the team. So they're not able to trap the Leprechaun anymore because of that. So Eduardo, Kylie, and Roland pretty much have to try to get the Leprechaun themselves. So by now the Leprechaun has gotten 3 out of his 4 targets from the Sons of Erin Society and is going after the last one, which happens to be the mayor of the city, Mayor McShane, who really does not like the Ghostbusters at all. Nope, not one bit. And I think that is pretty awesome because this does carry on a tradition from the movies where there is a government official that does not trust the Ghostbusters and do not believe in ghosts and do not believe that their business is legitimate. So right on for carrying that on. So the Leprechaun does get Mayor McShane, sad for him, but Egon has created a bad luck serum concoction thingamabobber from the Blarney Stone, and Garrett is able to use that proton canister to bombard the Leprechaun with bad luck, so now he's a stumbling fool and he's easily captured, which is totally awesome. Just get him out of the way. Of course, now that he is captured, the 4 members of the Sons of Erin Society are freed, and the day is saved, and Mayor McShane takes all the credit for it. And so with that, actually that's pretty much the bulk of the episode. And yeah. I actually really like that episode. Actually, this whole series is pretty good, even though it lasted for 1 season. So of course, the Extreme Ghostbusters is a sequel to the Real Ghostbusters, and this episode, The Luck of the Irish, is technically a sequel to a Real Ghostbusters episode called The Scaring of the Green. I just talked about that video a couple weeks ago. That was their St. Patrick's Day episode, so it is pretty neat how they did that. Although officially, I don't really know if this episode is a direct sequel or not. It does follow a lot of story beats from the previous episode. I just like storytelling to be kind of wrapped together in a nice little kind of package, so I'm saying it is a sequel. Why do I say that? Both stories follow a similar ancient dilemma. There was an ancestor back in the day who stole gold from a leprechaun, and the leprechaun got pissed off and is now taking its revenge on the descendants of that gold thief from back in the day. And it is quite an evil little leprechaun too in both episodes. In the Real Ghostbusters episode, we never seen the leprechaun, we just heard about him through Deputy Police Chief O'Malley. And in this episode, we actually do get to see the leprechaun in all his leprechaun-y glory. I would say that this leprechaun is the same leprechaun from both episodes. In the Real Ghostbusters episode, the leprechaun gold thievery happened in Ireland. In this Extreme Ghostbusters episode, we find out that the leprechaun accidentally traveled to New York somehow, and the leprechaun gold thievery in this episode happened in New York. So it could very well be the same leprechaun from both episodes and just terrorizing people on both sides of the pond like a jerk. And as for the whole storytelling or not, it was actually a pretty good story. You generally don't get a whole lot of character growth in episodes like this, or even series like this. The only thing that really happened was that Garrett didn't believe in luck whatsoever, then believed he was endowed with bad luck, and then believed he was cured from said bad luck with a good luck potion, even though it was just a placebo. But don't dare tell him that. But they did do quite a bit more homework when it comes to superstitions. And this is kind of the difference between 1980s storytelling with the Real Ghostbusters and the 1990s storytelling with the Extreme Ghostbusters. The Real Ghostbusters episode was two-dimensional. There was a leprechaun, there was leprechaun gold, there was leprechaun gold thievery, and there was leprechaun gold thievery curse. And that was in the form of the Boghound, aka the black dog. Not much really to it, whereas in this one they do delve into a whole lot more superstition, and the leprechaun even kind of explains it to everybody, including the audience. If you're looking at a leprechaun and you blink or slightly look away, the leprechaun disappears. So that's kind of a superstition with leprechauns. Also, if you hear 3 knocks on the door and there's no one there knocking when you go check it out, that superstition is that it spells doom for you. You're either gonna die or something horrible is gonna happen to you, which did happen to a character as he was people busted by the leprechaun. And then of course there is the folklore with the death coach. It's basically an older horse-driven hearse. Once this thing is driving around in our human realm, the only way it can leave is if it fills the hearse with a body. So it is doom and gloom for whomever this death coach is after. They cannot escape the death coach. So good on them for digging just a little bit deeper to kind of bring these things out. There are also some other things that talked about, like burnt toast in the morning. Kylie did read how burnt toast was given to sacrificial victims. I haven't really been able to find information on this. There are a lot of superstitions surrounding food, but this one in particular I couldn't find. If you do know about it, please let me know in the comments down below. I do like learning, and knowledge is power. Also, the leprechaun was caught by the Sons of Erin Society in a mystic circle. A bunch of rocks in a circle to kind of contain him. Again, I couldn't find anything about a mystic circle that traps any form of entity in it as a containment unit. There are rock circles all over the island over there. The most famous being Stonehenge, but there are quite a bit more, so they probably just added some storytelling to that for this story here. And you can't have an Irish episode without mentioning the Blarney Stone. In this episode, the Blarney Stone's all about luck, although I do believe kissing the Blarney Stone will only give you the gift of gab, not so much about luck. But again, if I'm wrong, let me know. And I don't believe there is a Sons of Erin Society. The only Sons of Erin I can find are a traditional Irish band from Newfoundland, Canada, and they started in 1968, probably not catching leprechauns, just hammering out some wicked ass music. And of course, Mystic Circle. There is a German death metal band named Mystic Circle, so so I guess those bands are your soundtrack for this episode. All in all, the Extreme Ghostbusters I really do like. It is written for kids, but I do believe that they give enough good stuff in there for us older kids who grew up on the Real Ghostbusters to kind of tune into this one. There is a bit more grit to it, and this episode in particular I very much do like. So again, I definitely recommend it, and I definitely suggest you check out the source material here, because it's all wicked awesome. So other than that, yeah, that's that. Right on, and there you go. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it as much as I did making it. Also, feel free to check out the source material that I featured in this video. And if you want to leave a comment on anything you may have liked or things I might have missed in this, feel free to do so. Or anything else, just to say hi. That's cool too. And other than that, have a great day. Thanks.